नमो अर्हन्ताणं नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयर्याणं नमो वज्रायाणं नमो लोये सवसाहुनं. So I'm sharing my screen with you so that you can have a good peek at it. Jambu Swami. Let's talk a little about the poet Pandey Raj Malji. He's also called Pandit Raya Malla. Pandey, he's famous for, one line is very famous from his writings. Pandey Raya Malla Jin Dharmi, Natak Samay Sar ke Marmi. It's quite a famous line. He was born, we don't know exactly when, but in 17th century it should be. As he has mentioned in one of his works, you can see on the right side, that he has completed Jambu Swami Charitra in 1633 AD. So, which proves that he must be of the 17th century. He was a wonderful poet of Dhundhari, and he was a renowned scholar of Sanskrit and Prakrit. He lived in Virat Nagar, Dhundahad state. This is a state, a small state, in Rajasthan only. But then, that might not have been big or famous. His qualifications were he was a poet, he was a critic, he was a scholar, and he was an orator. These are several of his works: Jambu Swami Charitra, Chhando Vidya, Adhyatma Kamal Martand, Tatvarth Sutra Tika, Samaysar Kalash, Bal Bodh, and Panchadhyayi. These are one of very famous, renowned works he had done. Panchadhyayi is considered as a very good book of Naya Chakra. Now I'll have to tell you what is Naya again, but let's move on. Now, right after Mahavir, Bhagwan got his liberation. There were three people who consequently received liberation with short spans of time. These people who were consecutively linked with him, these are called Anubadha Kevalis. The definition of Anubadha Kevali is written at the most bottom of the slide. It says Anubadha is when the former person receives salvation or liberation, the latter person, gets omniscience, or we can say becomes arhant. So in simple words, you can say if the former becomes siddha, the latter becomes arhant. So that way, this is called as Anubadha Kevali. There were three Anubadha Kevalis after Mahavir. So when Mahavir got liberation, Gautam Swami received Arhant, or Arhant Pad. When Gautam Swami received liberation, Sudharmacharya became an omniscient, an Arhant. When Sudharmacharya received liberation, Jambu Swami became an omniscient or an Arhant. So now let's have a small background check of Jambu Swami. Jambu Swami resided in a place called Rajgrihi. His father's name was Arhadas and his mother's name was Jainmati. His occupation was a wealthy merchant. He was a wonderful and great man himself. And his birth took place in Falgun, month's Purnima. Falgun comes, during March, February or March. That is the time period when this Hindi month called Falgun comes, and Purnima takes place in, the second half of this month. So, this is the last date of Falgun month. Right after this, Chaitra month begins. So Chaitra is Holi. We celebrate that as Holi. So like you can say that the day when Jambu Swami was born, right after that, people started celebrating Holi as a festival where, and people, started rejoicing. But then the story of Holi also goes very long, very, very long, maybe on Krishna's time and even before that, maybe Yadav Kul. So Krishna is of the time of Neminath, Bhagwan Neminath. So Holi might have started when Lord Nai Kumar Neminath was still on the planet. Okay, so this was a short background, family background. Now he, since childhood, he was a wonderful person. He was, not too much interested in the activities of the world, and he was strongly aversing the worldly possessions and wanted to get rid of them. Although he was engaged to four girls called Padmashri, Kamalshri, Vinayshri, and Roopshri, but later he thought that it's absolutely useless getting married, so he denied marrying them. Now the story starts to a turn. The girls decided that they would either marry or they would not marry at either they will marry Jambu Kumar or they will not marry at all. So the story again takes a turn. Then their parents sat together and decided that they will ask Jambu Swami to marry, and then right after the marriage ceremony would end, whatever ceremonies of the marriage takes place, as soon as they will end, we will ask him to go for monkhood. So what happened? They requested him to marry and initiate monkhood right after it. They were in the hope that once he gets married, he will drop the idea of getting monkhood. He will drop it and he will, engage in worldly activities in these girls and, around. So things will be fine. He will start occupation. He will start taking over the business of his family, and he will enjoy with the women he's married to. But what happened? He agreed. You might have understood with my but that there is another twist in the story. So he agreed. The first night of marriage came into existence. As we all know, in Indian traditions, the first night of marriage is considered as a very auspicious moment. I don't know anything about it, but yeah. The newlywed wives tried with passionate gestures, good looks, their services to their swami, and their cleverness to woo him, to make him more interested in them, but it all lay waste. It all went in vain. Rather, the story turned to a different mode, and he started talking to them about unhappiness, about real happiness, and started talking about delusion, attachment, aversion, and everything of that sort which we had been discussing past these many days. So what did he do? He talked them out of marriage and worldly happiness and made them understand the real unhappiness because of delusion, attachment, and aversion. The time when these people were engaged in such talks, at the same time, a thief called Vidyut Char, who was roaming around in the hope that he will get a lot of money, he can steal around because everybody else is engaged in ceremonies. So the place will be empty, and I can, look at my path and steal whatever I can. So Vidyut Char came into being. He, accidentally ended up listening to what these people were talking about. So he also started to listen. He saw the scene. He understood that the wives are starting to woo their husband, but the husband is of a different world. He's talking about something else. He's talking about unhappiness in all such activities, and happiness in realizing the soul, and unhappiness in this whole world. So he started to listen to them very, very keenly and carefully. What happened after that? The very next day, as Jambu Swami had already promised, he accepted the order of Digambar which is called as Jin Diksha, and his father and Vidyuchar Chor followed with him. His mother, along with his wives, also became Arika Mata, which can be called as nun or she monk. Now, there can be a question. The question can be so that these wives, as they had promised that they would either get married with Jambu Kumar or they will stop, they will not at all marry. So my point of view here is, my question basically here is, did these women went along with Jambu Swami because they had said that they will not go anywhere or to any other person than Jambu Swami, or they realized the soul, they realized the unhappiness in the worldly pleasures, and so they followed Jambu Kumar as a monk. So the answer to that should be, they really were detached, and without being detached with that relationship, as soon as the monkhood starts, the previous life becomes a previous life. I mean to say that whatever has happened before becomes a different life altogether. So now they do not see Jambu Kumar as a person, as a husband, but they look at Jambu Kumar as a monk. So they have no attachment with him. They only see him as a guru, a spiritual guru, and not as a husband. What happened right after that? So Jambu Swami, as he was always a detached person since his childhood, so after becoming a monk, he engrossed himself deeply in spiritual contemplation. He started, severe penance and started detaching everything from the world. He became an arhant on the 7th day of Shukla Paksha of the month Magh. Shukla Paksh, Magh is again an Indian month. So the 7th day of the Shukla Paksh of the month Magh, he became an Arhant. That was the same day when Sudharmacharya obtained liberation. Clear? So this is what is called as Anubadha Kevali. As we had seen in the earlier slide, that Anubadha Kevali is when the earlier person, the former person, receives liberation. The latter person, the person who is born after him, receives omniscience or Arhant Pad. So on the 7th day of Shukla Paksh of Magh, Sudharmacharya received liberation. On the very day, Jambu Swami received Arhant Dasha or omniscience. Now, what did the Arhant Jambu Swami did? He preached the gospel of Jain religion for 18 long years. And then he also gained liberation. He's called as the last Kevali, last Anubadha Kevali, and he received salvation from Mathura. Mathura, as in Uttar Pradesh. It is also called as Mathura Chaurasi, maybe a small town near to it. And this is where we come to an end to this particular story. If you have any questions regarding the story, you can please ask me the questions.
Sir, what is Shukla Paksh?
Yeah. So like our month, there it has 30, 31 or 29 days, as this is called as the Western calendar. The Indian calendar was divided again in 12 months only, but these 12 months are divided into two sets of 15 months. The first 15 months is called as Krishna Paksh, and the second 15 months is called as Shukla Paksh. In the Digambar or Hindu, mythology, the first one is called as Krishna Paksh, and the second one is called as Shukla Paksh. Whereas in Shwetambar ideology or Buddhist ideology, the first one is called as Shukla Paksh and the second one is called as Krishna Paksh. Have I answered your question sufficiently?
Yes.
Thank you. Anybody else? Anybody else?
जय जिनेंद्र संयम जी.
Jai Jineendra Ashay ji, please go ahead.
Sir, आपने जो अभी explanation दिया, right? You said that there are 12 months.
Yeah.
As per Hindu calendar or Digambar calendar. And then you mentioned that, the 15 months are divided.
No, it's not
There
month.
is a division in.
No, sorry, it's not month. In a month, 15 days.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I think I might have slipped. My tongue might have slipped.
That's what got me confused.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
12 months, and in each month, it is divided into 15 days, and the first one and the second one, this is what we had talked about. Yes, thank you. Thank you for the clarification. Anybody else has any other question? Oh, come on, ask me questions. I'm desperate to answer. Okay, fine. Are there any other questions you have regarding any other subject we had studied so far? If not, I'd like to ask some questions. Yes, Kunal ji.
सर ये जो अनुबंध केवली होते हैं,
हाँ जी,
तो ये पहले से डिसाइडेड होते हैं या फिर इनके पुरुषार्थ से बन सकते हैं अनुबंध केवली?
आपकी बात बहुत अच्छी है और आपका प्रश्न भी बिल्कुल सही है, लेकिन देखिए जो आपने दो ऑप्शंस दिए हैं, ये दोनों ही ऑप्शंस सच है। जैसे कि मैं अरहंत भगवान के ज्ञान की अपेक्षा से बात करूं, तो अरहंत भगवान के ज्ञान में तो पूरे जगत के प्रत्येक पदार्थ आ रहे हैं, तो उसके हिसाब से सब कुछ पहले से फिक्स्ड है। लेकिन सब कुछ पहले से फिक्स होने पर भी हम तो अपनी लाइफ खुद ही जीते हैं, हम अपनी मेहनत से ही सब कुछ बनते हैं। जो भी ऑक्यूपेशन हम लेते हैं, यदि मुनि भी बनते हैं या मोक्ष भी जाते हैं, तो वो तो हम अपने पुरुषार्थ से ही बनते हैं। तो अरहंत भगवान के ज्ञान की अपेक्षा सब कुछ निश्चित होने से ये निश्चित ही था, लेकिन वो निश्चित होने पर भी हर व्यक्ति अपना पुरुषार्थ स्वयं करके उस दशा को प्राप्त करता है, तो उस दृष्टि से पुरुषार्थ भी वहां था ही। इस दृष्टि से उत्तर दोनों ही आपके सही हैं। कोई और कंफ्यूजन कुणाल जी? ओके, थैंक यू कुणाल जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच। चलिए, एनीथिंग एल्स?
भैया ओमनिशिएंट का मतलब क्या है?
सर्वज्ञ।
सर्वज्ञ,
सर्वज्ञ या अरहंत भी कह सकते हैं आप।
ओके।
फिलहाल क्योंकि हमने बिकम एन ओमनिशिएंट कह रहे हैं ना हम, तो सबसे पहले अरहंत दशा में ही सर्वज्ञता आती है, फिर वो 14वें में भी होती है और फिर सिद्ध दशा में भी वो सर्वज्ञता बनी रहती है।
जी, थैंक यू।
हाँ जी, कोई और प्रश्न या मैं आपसे फटाफट क्वेश्चंस पूछना शुरू कर दूं? मुझे थोड़ा सा डर है एग्जाम का, इसलिए मैं क्वेश्चंस पूछना चाहता हूं। चलिए, मैं सबसे पहले आपसे कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहा हूं इसमें से टोडरमल जी वाले पार्ट में से। रेडी एवरीबॉडी? सिंपल क्वेश्चंस है, कोई ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चंस नहीं होंगे। चलिए, जो भी आंसर करना चाहता है प्लीज रेज योर हैंड्स।
आप जैसा क्वेश्चंस अभी पूछ रहे हैं वैसे ही होंगे क्या एग्जाम्स के?
ऑलमोस्ट यस। ओके, सॉरी, यस आशय जी।
हाँ, जय जिनेंद्र संयम
जी,
मैं पूछ रहा था आपसे, जो क्वेश्चन पेपर आएगा, would that be in English or Hindi?
it will be in English only.
Okay.
For us, it will be in English only.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And I think, I'm not very sure because I had asked certain questions and I could not get an answer, that the question, is switchable or not. मतलब कि वो हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों में दिया जा सकता है क्या? I really couldn't get a good answer to that. But let's see, whatever happens, I'll maybe let you know if we can have another class at 1:30 or so, if you want a revision class or something. But if not, then maybe I'll share the details on WhatsApp only.
Okay, thank you so much, Sayam.
Yeah. Chaliye. So I'm asking you certain questions. Please make sure that you raise your hands Whosoever raises their hand, I will unmute you and you can, you'll be good to go. Okay. So first of all, I'm asking you certain questions from the part Todarmalji. Okay. My first question to you is, which city did he belong to? You're from? Yes, Ashayji?
Jaipur.
Thank you. Next. My next question is, okay. Jaipur is known for what, according to the part? Yes, Ranuji? Yes.
No, I'm not sure.
Achha, fine.
Not able to recall.
Okay. Jaipur is known for its scholarly brink. That means, enormous number of scholars have been from Jaipur. So this is what it is famous for. Okay. Name an animal which is related to the story of Pandit Todarmalji. I think everybody should raise their hand in this question, I guess. Yes, Kunalji. Yeah.
Elephant, Hathi.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Elephant is the right answer. Okay. My next question is, which book is called as his most famous and individual works? Yes. Oh, good. I can see Yash. This interface is going bad. Yes, Yash.
Moksha Marg Prakasham.
Wonderful. Thank you. Chaliye. Next question. Next question. Yeah. You have to answer it in one line. Why did the king ask for his sentence to death? Okay. 2 hands. Anybody else? Praveen ji?
Someone badmouthed about Todarmalji to the king.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir. Okay. Wonderful. What else? Yeah. Compiling all his work, how much does it, account for in Shlok Praman? How many Shlok Praman is it? Compiling all his work. Oh, good. Rohini ji is answering. Yes.
1 lakh.
Thank you. The answer is 1 lakh. Great. What else should I ask? Todarmalji. Sorry. Okay. What did Todarmalji tell the elephant because he saw him reluctant? Very good. I have 1 hand. Akshay Labdhi. Oops. Akshay Labdhi.
Yes. He told elephant that you are not putting, I think, feet on my soul. You are just putting feet on this body. So I am not going to die. That's
fine. Got it. But there's another answer. There was one more point.
I don't know.
Acha. The other point was that if the king has decided to kill, how can we, save ourselves? So in any way, I will die myself, but it's better that you die, you kill me, else the king might kill you too. So I think that was not in the
Okay.
poem, but then another very important aspect to answer. Okay, okay, very good. So from the story, I'd like to share one more detail. The detail is, somebody, went to a Shiv mandir and destroyed a Shiv pindi. The black thing or the dark brown, dark blue thing, which is there in the Shiv temple. Somebody destroyed it, and false named Todarmalji to the king, and so the king decided to kill him. So this is what is called bad mouthing. So just a small more information. What was the name of Todarmalji's father? The name of Todarmalji's father was oh, somebody knows it. Yeah, go ahead, Ranuji.
Jogi Das.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Jogi Das was the name of his father, and the gotra was Godika. Godika was the goth in which he was born. So these are certain, other informations which were not there in the poem. Okay, so done with that. Now I'm asking you some questions from Jambu Swami. Okay. I think I should stop sharing. Nothing much, by the way. Who received salvation after Gautam Swami? Who received salvation after Gautam Swami? From the chapter which we had studied right now, you have to answer from that. Oh, Kunalji, go ahead. Yes, Kunalji.
Sri Sudharmacharya.
Oh, wonderful. Yes, Sudharmacharya is the right answer to it. Sri Sudharmacharya was the one who received omniscience first, and then he went to liberation after Gautam Swami. Very good. Okay. What was the name of Jambu Swami's father? Manya ji?
Arhat Das ji.
Very good, very good. Thank you. Okay, next question is for Rohini ji and not for Swasti. The question is, name the place where he was born, Jambu Swami was born. Oh, some problem, I guess. Yash, can you answer that question? Okay, I'll unmute. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry?
Rajgiri.
Rajgiri, nahi, Rajgrihi. Okay, wonderful, thank you. These are two different sets of things. Rajgrihi is in Rajasthan, somewhere, I guess. But Rajgiri is in Bihar, if I recall. I'm not very sure. Okay. Next question is, good question. You have to name all his 4 wives. Let's see who answers that question. Oh, good. Ashay ji is answering. Go ahead, Ashay ji.
Yeah, so just a second. It should be Padma Shri.
Yeah.
Rupasri.
Rupashri, very good.
Roop Shri.
Yeah.
Kamal Shri.
Yes.
And Vijaya Shri.
Vinay Shri.
Vinay Shri.
Very good. Very good. You really have a great memory. Great. Let's go move on. Okay, good question. What was the name of the thief? What was the name of the thief? Oh, good. Yes, Rohini ji.
Sir, it was Vidyut Var.
Vidyut Char. Okay, great,
Sir, Vidyut Char.
great. Okay, I think we are fine with that. Let's move on. And I'd like to ask you another question. Okay, let's go to Atma Paramatma, matlab the soul and the non-soul. Okay, now, okay, yeah. There were certain synonyms for extrovert. You have to tell me the synonyms for extrovert. Anybody? Prateek ji or anybody? Matlab anybody can answer. Yeah, Sanskar ji. Finally. Yes, sir.
शरीर और आत्मा को एक मानता है
नहीं synonyms.
और
Synonyms उसके जो अपन ने 4 नाम देखे थे ना,
एक्सट्रोवर्ट्स
एक्सट्रोवर्ट के 4 नाम देखे थे ना अपन ने.
आई थिंक सिम्टम्स
अच्छा नहीं, fine, sorry. Okay, I'll ask this to Samyak. Go ahead.
Dufus maybe.
Dufus
and
ignorant.
I don't remember. Ignorant.
Unintelligent also you can say maybe. And there was one more, elusive, delusive. These were the names. Okay, thank you. Chaliye, we'll move ahead. The next question is, okay, what is the benefit of knowing Antaratma? Matlab introvert. Oh, quickly. Ashay ji has raised his hand. Sanskar. Okay, Sanskar is telling me. Great. Go ahead, Sanskar ji.
To become Paramatma, first we should know what is Antaratma. So after following this process, we can become Paramatma.
Wonderful. So that's the correct answer to it. Okay, next question. Super soul, supreme soul. What was there? Okay, yeah. I'll ask you something about what was his name? Yogindu Dev. Yogindu Dev is known for which language? Okay, yeah. Ranuji, go ahead.
Abranj.
Very good. Next question. Yogindu Dev's time. Yes, very good. Manya ji.
6th to 11th century.
Wonderful. Next question. Yogendu Dev's work are heavily influenced by which Acharya? Ranuji is raising her hand. Anybody else would like to answer? Samyak? Yeah. Samyak? No. Okay, no. Ranuji, yes.
Kundacharya.
Wonderful. The answer is Kundacharya. Fine. You have to name, 2 famous works of him. Okay, I have some hands. Praveen ji.
Paramatma Prakash and Yogsar.
Thank you, sir. Okay, let's go. Let's talk about, this thing. What is that called? Madhyam Antaratma talks about householders or monk? The medium introvert talks about householders or monks? Important question this is. Okay. Yes, Kunalji.
It talks about monks.
The medium introvert talks about both the vow, the introvert who has taken the vow, and an introvert who is a monk. So both. So householder as well as monk, both are the correct answer to it. Thank you, Kunalji. My last question for the day is Uma Swami Acharya. What was his time? The time when Uma Swami Acharya was there on the earth. Yes, Ranuji. Ranuji.